This was bought in an auction, and is no start situation. Apparently this car was struck by lightning. It reminds me of that movie with Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future. I want to name this video Back to the Future, just for the reason is they say, all the comments, they say this was struck by lightning. And as you can see inside here, they got it all apart to figure it out what is the problem with the car. Now I'm gonna do some tests with the MaxiSys Pro and the Vantage Ultra and communication situation, and see what module we're missing here. Okay guys, I'm gonna show you right now how to test the cam positive and cam negative with the Vantage Ultra and using my scanner MaxiSys Pro to activate the cam. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna escape out of here. Yes, I'm gonna select auto scan and watch the oscilloscope. Whenever the scanner is trying to get information from the modules, it send that signal, and that's the way they communicate with the scanner. The waveform integrity in that cam low and cam high is not good. And if you can see in the MaxiSys Pro, is scanning every module except the PCM and the gateway. I don't see the gateway there. And Jeep is very important to have gateway module, and PCM definitely. So he already finished. You see that the lines is not doing nothing now in the scope. And also I'm gonna show you where I'm connected in the DLC connector. The green trace is connected to the yellow wire. That will be the cam low or cam negative, and the gray wire in the top, straight in the top of the yellow wire, is the cam positive, cam high. And that's how I am connected. Back probing the connector. You never connect the Pro in the front. You can open those terminal, and then you get creating problems in the car. Okay guys, this is how this waveform should look like when it's no problems in the cam high and cam low. As you can see, that is the perfect signal there, and I just put that as a demo so you can compare with the other waveform. And I'm using for getting this trace a demo by a Snap On waveform demo, and I'm gonna show you the demo now. That's where the trays are connected. The yellow is in cam high and the green is in cam low. And let me show you the demo what it shows. So this is how normal cam low and cam high should look like, and I'm gonna show you so you can compare the another waveform, the one that I get from this 2016 Jeep. Okay guys, so listen, look at the difference in that waveform compared to the one that I show you, a good waveform. So totally different. Let me see if I can zoom on this. Look at the voltage peak there. All right, guys. Not good at all. Now, with the battery disconnected, the resistance between cam low and cam high should be 60 ohms. We got 2413. That is out of spec. That is not the resistance for that test. I'm gonna zoom in the bottom of, let me click here, and you can see what it's supposed to be. Sorry for the glare, guys. That is the good thing about Vantage Ultra. They give you specs and everything. Say disconnect the battery, connect the test lead and the DLC connector, can see positive and can see negative, and system uses 122 ohms resistor in parallel to a total resistance of 60 ohms. And we don't have that, guys. We are out of specs there. I did check the cam high speed, and the cam high speed is good, but the cam C positive and negative, they're out of spec. Okay guys, this is inside the fuse box, and as you can see here, this thing is intact. Is no burning circuit, nothing here that I can see that is burning or, but then again, these little guys here, I see them fails. Those guys, they're little relays there, and I seen those fails, but I don't see nothing burn in this, nothing at all. Now, this guy here is where a ASD relay goes, auto shutdown relay. All right. So this guy here is power supply. This plate here that you see here is power supply. Power supply for that guy here is this guy here. And then it's computer control and stuff like that to control that relay. Alright guys. Another power source is this guy here too. So this is this inside. I want to make sure this is not burned, because I seen these guys burn before and this one is not. And a particular car that it was struck by lightning, this thing here was burned, the whole corner was burned, but not in this guy. Other thing that I want to show you guys by experience, You see that little hole there that you can see in the camera and the video there. That little hole there, usually when it's a burnt computer, a smell comes out of that little hole. I tried to smell this guy, but that one, you know, it don't seems burn to me. It don't smell like burn. And this is the ECM. Another thing, every single relay you gotta select this guy for 4 pins right here. This is the ES 12 and 24 volt relay. They call it relay body or body 12 and 24, and every single relay this passed the test. Alright, what you do is you connect this guy to a battery, 12 volt battery, press this button, and this little green light gonna flash. If it flash red, the relay is bad, and it will give you a code like code 1, relay not making connection between terminal 30 and 87A. Okay, if it give you code 2, it give you the description, and code 3. So this is a very good tool to have when you got a question about relays. And I get that guy in aeswave.com. Okay, so every single fuse that is in this box and relay I tested. Now this is the new design fuse that they got now. I don't know if you can see the inside of this guy there. If I put it closer, it's a 3-leg fuse. So what it is, you can blow this guy or that guy, and then it don't have no power in this guy. If it is blow, let's say you supply power from here, and this guy in the center blow, so it will not have power there. So what I do with this, and using my Power Pro, make sure I got signal there, make sure I got signal there. Alright, and and this guy is the simple one, kind of small one, long legs, and this is kind of hard to test. So what I did, I used this connection, and I just put in this here. Let me get the ground first. And I'm not pushing nothing in, I just touching it here and here, and touching this guy up down here. So that's how I test this guy. Also, you can see inside there, let me see with the flashlight. If you can see the, sometimes you shake it too and you can see the movement, but that is being test everything. And my next direction with this, because I don't smell burning in the computer, my next direction with this is connect everything back together and check powers and ground and the ECM. Okay, this is the fuse box already back together, and the back part of it. And I don't find nothing wrong with this, unless it's those inside relays there. There is integrated relays in the back of it. I don't see nothing burn. This to me is good. Nothing smells like burn. Okay, this truck was struck by lightning, and I looking where to see if it is something that I can see visually, but nothing I can see, and this everything is like new. You can see that oil pan, everything new, nothing burns. The only thing I see here is that tire mark there. It was rubbing against the strut tower or strut bottom tower, and that's the only thing, guys. Okay, this is the fuse box already installed in the Jeep 2016, and this here is my power control module, and here are the connector, and here is the other connector. So connector 1, let's see, and this guy B1C connector, B4C connector. The brown one and the white one. So what I'm gonna do is power and ground here, and this is my I divide this by chapters. This failed, the first one. This one also failed, the resistance test. Now I'm gonna do this chapter 3, power and grounds, and then I'm gonna do ASD relay complete test and the starter. But in this power and ground, I'm gonna include, if my computer is alive, I'm gonna start disconnecting sensors and see if I got my 5-volt reference. And the other thing, I don't got with the scanner, this is invisible. It's not coming up, okay? Another thing I wanna show you, another homework that I did, this is my 6 and the DLC connector. This terminal 6 is the CAN high, and the terminal 14 is the CAN low, negative. 11 is the CAN high speed, negative, and 3 is the CAN high speed, positive. And the test that I did before, when this is active, when they say this bus is active, means the scanner is sending a signal to activate this communication, and we are not near that voltage there. All right, guys, so bear with me in this. Okay, guys, so I'm checking power and ground here. I'm using my Power Probe 4, and you can see it there. And this is my my C1 connector, and this here, you see that 96 there, 96 pin is the supply power for the PCM. Now I'm checking for my powers and ground, and I don't got no power with the ignition switch on, so I'm using my this tool here, made by aeswave.com, And what I do here, I supply power here, and it sends the power, it bypasses the relay. It bypasses this relay. So when I gonna use this tip, I don't gonna stuff it in, I just gonna touch it. Put it in pin 96. I using my, I don't know if you cannot see that. Let me bring this over here more. Right there. And when I connect the power, you see the light going on, and I got 1258. So that is supplying power to my PCM. So that means that wire integrity is good. So I check also my my grounds, and my grounds here. See the green light going on? Green light going on. I got good ground there. Good ground here. Good ground there. So I got power and grounds good here now that I do in the bypass. Now, let me put this PCM back together, and I'm gonna do a bypass there and see if I got my 5-volt reference and the sensor to see what is going on with this stem. Okay guys, look at the keys in the car there, 2016. I'm gonna go look at the dashboard lighting. And this is the modules that I start connecting stuff like this was disconnected, that center. So I start connecting stuff here because I'm missing my PCM and I'm missing my transmission module, and let's see, searching for the powertrain control radio. %100% scan. You only find 9 modules, so you don't see the transmission module there. BCM, let me take this out of here and go to the BCM. And let's read the codes now. Okay, panel, dimmer, headlamp, left front, right stop lamp, fog lamps, and ignition run to start input circuit short to ground or open. All right, that is something that is active, and this car is a no start situation. So this code here should be addressed immediately. Run, ignition run start input circuit short or ground, short to ground or open. Okay guys, let me find out about that. Okay guys, regardless of that code that I get just now in the PCM with the start situation. I want to check doing a bypass and a auto shutdown relay with this tool. Right now it's in off position. I'm gonna do a bypass. I'm gonna supply power to the PCM, and I'm gonna see if in my map sensor, this guy here is a 3-wire connector. Yellow and pink is the another color is black, and with a trace. Let me see here. We got the okay, so it's violet and brown with the map signal. Black and pink is my ground, and my 5-volt reference is the yellow and pink. Okay, so I'm gonna do that test there to see if I got my computer is alive. And I know my computer got power and ground now. It should be a 5-volt reference there. Okay, watch the Vantage Ultra. I'm gonna touch the brown and violet. That is my signal back to the ACM. And I got this guy in on position to supply power to the PCM. And that's what I got there, the signal. This thing is not moving, guys. I see my ground. $12.59. Let me go little. Let me go out to 5 volts. Okay. Now I'm 5 volts. That's what I got in my signal. That's what I got in my ground. My 5-volt reference is not there. Let's go to millivolts, or 1 volt. Let's go to 1 volt to see what happened here. 1 volt. In my signal wire, I got 341 millivolts. And this one in the ground, I got good ground. And in my 5 volt, this is my 5 volt. Let's see if this $30 millivolts in my 5 volt. So this computer let's see here, is not have the 5 volt reference. Do not have the 5 volt reference. That's numbered 30 pin, 85, 87, and 86. This is my auto shutdown relay, which is every relay is the same in this car, is the same part number. Now, in any case, this relay, you look in the fuse box and you can swap it if you believe that is a problem. In this case, this relay is not the problem. I just doing the check with the Verus and the Vantage Ultra, and this is the test that I'm doing, and you can see the 85 is the relay control, which is controlled by the PCM or the ignition switch, and 87 is relay output, and the 86 supply battery voltage with the fuse number 8. Okay, and fuse number 8 here is this guy here. F8 is this guy here. Where is it? Where do I see it? Starting in the F6, F7, F8, fuel injection, ECM, and PCM 25A. All right. So that is this guy here. All right. And I got the ignition switch on right now. And that F8 is this guy here. And that's the voltage I got. Nothing. Ground. See the green light there? Got ground. Now I got the relay off. Let's put the relay on and see what we got. Still got no power there. Okay, so I am touching the terminals because this guy got a good nice terminals, and I am touching this, and you can see I got 1256 in that guy. I got the same voltage in this guy, 1256. And I got a good ground. See the green light going on? A good ground. And then I got this thing here. That thing there is not normal, guys. That is like anti-theft going crazy in this guy. All right? That's not good. I got in a charger on it because I doing a quick test here for cranking my starter. Let me see if you can see. That's my starter there. Okay, and I got the Vantage Ultra in millivolts, 500 millivolts, to see how much in a loaded condition I losing ground here because this don't want to crank. See if you can see how much voltage I put in this guy. I don't know if you can see that screen. Barely can see it myself from the camera, but the reading is 15.4 and this is 3.2 volts I'm losing and loaded. So if I put in 15 and 3 volts are losing in the ground, that is 12 volts. It should crank. It's not doing nothing. That's my BTA 16, and this is the guy. See if I can do it now. What I noticed here is when I supply man, this is tough. See that light changing red there? When I do that, it don't change red. So this is my tool here and the Vantage Ultra, and I'm gonna supply power here, and it's supplying 1690. Okay, so that's plenty of voltage to crank this engine regardless of all the problems we got here. We got good ground in the block. I tested that already, and when I do a loaded ground test to the starter, is only dropping 300 millivolts. Now we got problems here with no power, and the auto shutdown relay, I got a steady 12 volts in one wire, a steady 12 volts in another wire. The F8 that is supposed to supply power to the auto shutdown relay is in ground, is not having power there. That could be related with the anti-theft. And my next step, this car is not cranking, is to go to the harmonic balance and try to turn this engine by hand to see if this engine turns or is in some kind of lock there, the engine. My 5 volt reference is not in the cam sensor, is not in the map sensor. I did a bypass and an auto shutdown relay with the tool, with this guy, aeswave.com. You can get this tool to do a bypass and to put an amp clamp in this hook over here when you want to check amperage. And that also did the bypass. I did check the connector, is supplying the 12 volt there, but the computer somehow is not sending the 5 volt reference. So that being said, next step for this is check ignition switch, anti-theft system, and try to turn this engine to see if this engine is not locked.